Thanks for joining us for this special mini-series of the podcast where I'm checking in with business owners to see how they're handling our new reality. And today I'm joined by the wonderful Sheli Massie. Sheli is the founder of the Goldfinch Cafe, Aurora's own socially responsible restaurant that will operate under a pay-what-you-can model. The Goldfinch Cafe is coming soon to Aurora, and you can stay up to date at thegoldfinchcafe.org. Thank you for being here, Sheli.
Thanks for having me. I feel honored to even be asked. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's the work you're doing professionally and then personally. I know you've been giving back to the community a lot right now. So I think that this is a really important conversation to have and a great perspective to share. And also we're neighbors.
Yes, we are neighbors who can't see each other right now, but it's okay.
Marshall's daughter picked up some twigs from your yard and made a little pot in our house. So thank you.
I love it. Love it.
So we're just going to dive right into the questions today. What is the biggest shift you've had to make in your business right now?
So the biggest shift I would say is definitely connecting with people. We are at the beginning stages, not really even the beginning stages. We are in the middle stages of creating the Goldfinch Cafe. Like you said, a pay-what-you-can cafe, the first pay-what-you-can cafe in this area. And with that comes asking individuals who have experience in different areas to come to the table and share their experiences with us. And so it means me meeting with different individuals throughout the day.
Right.
Those that have restaurant experience, those that have social entrepreneur experience, those that have media experience, those that have marketing experience, all of these, different qualifications, and, meeting with them, listening to them, learning from them, and sharing ideas back and forth.
Right.
And so that has been a real shift in not being able to meet with people, and connect with people. I miss being downtown Aurora and working. That's really where I work. And so not being able to be centrally located in downtown Aurora and working, and also just meeting with my team. We have an executive board with the Goldfinch Cafe as a nonprofit, and so not being able to meet face-to-face with my board.
Right.
We're a great team, and I miss them a lot.
I'm sure they miss you too, and we all miss working downtown and being able to walk and get coffee somewhere. It's really weird. I mean, I'm here at my office now, but even just driving here is weird because there's not as many cars as there usually are. So how are you addressing this shift? Most of it seems like was personal, like in person, but it's not right now.
Yeah. So, well, first and foremost, it's actually just checking in with my team. I want to make sure that they are, one, healthy, that they're taking care of themselves, that they're taking care of their family, that they're taking care of their neighbors. I love, just yesterday, I saw that one of our board members, Gandhi, he actually owns Holy Pierogi. And he had just fed, he was over at Amita Health, and he had just fed all the doctors and nurses over there. And so that just warmed my heart, just knowing that he was out loving the community well and big. And we have another board member, Kat Batista, who's the head of the food pantry. And so she's working her tail off, feeding the community as well, making sure that, those of us that have seen job loss already, that we're taking care of each other well. And so that's first and foremost, with that's first and foremost, that I want to make sure that they're taking care of each other. And then secondly, then as a team, we then come together and say, okay, then how can we take care of the community during this time?
Right.
And calling out what our strengths are.
Mm-hmm.
What gifts do we bring to the table? Each of us is a team member, but each of us in the community, so I'm just talking as a whole,
right.
Each of us bring gifts to the table. Mm-hmm. So what can we use as our gifts right now to collectively take care of each other?
Yeah, I think that's huge.
And I'm not talking just monetary gifts at all. Right. I'm talking words of affirmation, words of encouragement. I'm talking, do you have, even an extra gallon of milk that you could say, does someone need a gallon of milk? I have an extra gallon of milk. You'll never know what that could do for someone. Right. Do you have 10 extra note cards that you could write notes and just put them in your neighbor's mailboxes and just say, hey, I was thinking of you. I hope you know you're not alone. Yeah. You don't even have to know their name. But for someone to know they're not alone right now is huge. And also, what we do right now, we're teaching those around us who we are. Right. So I'd love to see like kids outside, chalking up the sidewalk, mm-hmm. Writing messages of hope, writing messages of love. I love to see all the artwork that's going up in the windows. All the, like they say right now, the artists and the musicians and the creatives are carrying us. Yeah. And I believe that to be so true.
It is true. And I've enjoyed seeing all of the hearts in the windows and the sidewalk chalk. Can you just touch on that drive-by birthday party you had? Because I think that was a really, really cool idea and super creative, like as a mom, to still get a celebration in, but obviously still acknowledging and honoring our social distancing.
Yeah. Well, so I had seen someone had done a similar thing that I kind of knew for an adult, mm-hmm. And I saw something on Facebook, but actually the idea had actually come probably a couple of years ago. There's a gentleman that I follow, Mike, Science Mike, mm-hmm. with the liturgist, and he had talked about that everyone deserves a standing ovation when they walk into a room. That when people walk into a room, everyone deserves that. Yeah. Everyone deserves to know that they matter. And our little guy, his best friend moved away this year, and he's not really he doesn't have a lot of friends, mm-hmm. and so to lose the school year and then to lose his best friend, right? With kids right now, their whole world is school, right? And so to lose their whole world with no end in sight is just devastating. Mm-hmm. And so we think as adults, like, how are we handling that? And so, like, our world just became smaller. So their world just became it's just devastating. So we thought, well, what can we do? So this idea came, and we were like, yeah, we could totally do this. And so I brought the idea up to a few of my friends, and then they were like, oh, you need to invite more people. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if people come. And it caught on, and it became, I bet you we probably had like 50 cars.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They lined the street. And you could tell, it was hilarious. You could tell like who the teachers were, because they went all out. Right. They decorated their cars. They had like playlists going.
Oh my gosh.
They were made for something like this. They were, I didn't know if they had lesson plans going. There were streamers coming out of cars. There were a friend of ours who has a house full of boys. They drove by and then they opened up their van door and they had Nerf guns.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. It was so funny. But the best part of the whole day was at the end of it, and it only lasted the whole day. It lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole thing was at the end of it, and our little guy said, I didn't know that many people loved me.
Oh my gosh.
And it got me to thinking, what if at the end of all of this, because all of this will end.
Yeah.
What if at the end of this, we could all say, I didn't know that many people loved me.
Right.
Like, what if that's our job?
Yeah.
What if that's our only job during this?
And if you can focus on that and make that the focal point of this whole thing, and taking care and loving your people and checking on them. And it doesn't take, we've done drive-by drop-offs to our moms, so it's cookies and little cards, and it doesn't take a lot to do those things.
No, it doesn't have to be huge parades ever. Those are fun. Those are super fun. And if you could do them. But with, more and more things closing, and I get it. And I'll be the first to admit, yesterday was a day of pure anxiety for me.
Yeah.
And fear, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there also has to be those days that we push through and say, how can I love bigger?
Yeah.
Because at the end of this, I think, what do we want to be known for?
Right.
What do we want our legacy to be known for in this?
So with that being said, and loving bigger, how are you loving yourself during this time and taking care of yourself?
Yeah. I think, we talked a little bit that I made a list of things that, healthy things that I need to be doing. Like I'm showing you the list. It's not there. And some things on the list: yoga, water, moving my body, sleep, reading an actual book, not on the internet.
Yeah.
Connecting with my family, my siblings, my sisters, connecting with friends, a Zoom call, writing, journaling is good for me, but also working is good for me. Working on the goldfinch is life-giving for me, because I know now, even more than ever, the community will need the goldfinch.
Absolutely.
We will need a place to gather where truly everyone is welcome. And a pay what you can model is not only going to work, it will be sustainable.
Right. Especially when we get out of this.
Yes. Yes. And I think that even now, more than ever, people will say, oh, now I see.
Now they'll understand the need for that. So how can we support you and your business during this time?
Yeah, great question. So right now we're at the capital funding campaign right now. We had huge fundraisers planned for this next couple months, but it's okay. They're going to get pushed a little farther down the line. In the works, we have some pop-ups coming, hopefully this summer, with local restaurants in the area, so be looking for those. You can also go on our website. There's donate. You can donate through the Community Foundation. We're part of the Fox Valley Community Foundation as a fund. And if you know anyone that you would like to connect us with, we would love to talk to them. If you know anyone that would like to donate, would like to offer their services to us in the restaurant community, we would love to listen to them and, welcome them to the table. We are, we're going to hit the ground running. So let's do this.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys really haven't lost any momentum right now. You just have adapted to our current reality, and that's great, and that's really encouraging to hear. And thank you for all that you're doing for this community and our neighborhood.
We love Aurora so much.
Yeah, we all do, and I think that's been, especially as I continue to do these, it's been fun to see all of the love and the creativity that's coming out of this community right now, even if we can't see each other in person.
Yeah. I can't wait to hug everyone.
I know. It's going to be so crazy.
I'm not even a hugger, but I'm like, a hug.
I know. Yeah, there's going to be like parties in the streets when that happens. Thank you so much for being here, Sheli.